INS Vagir has been commissioned, and this of course coming in wherein the INS Vagir, the fifth Kalvari class submarine of the Indian Navy, has been commissioned, and it has been indigenously built at Mumbai's Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, and this can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean, and it is also going to meet all the requirements of the Navy and the country, perhaps another big step towards becoming Aatmanirbhar Bharat. Well, as far as the project is concerned, it has been built under Project 75, which includes the indigenous construction of 6 submarines of Scorpion design, and 4 of the Kalvari class of submarines have already been commissioned into the Indian Navy. And also this was launched in November 2020. And it was delivered to the Indian Navy by the MDL on December 20 after sea trials, and it is today when it has been commissioned, even as we are getting you the live visuals from the Mumbai dock, wherein this is another big push to Aatmanirbhar Bharat, another addition to the Navy's prowess. And as far as the submarine is concerned, this is a new avatar which has the distinction of having the lowest build time among all indigenously manufactured submarines till date, and this submarine is also capable of undertaking diverse missions including anti-surface warfare, anti-submarine warfare, intelligence gathering, mine laying and surveillance missions. So of course, as far as the features are concerned, they are of course going to add to the Navy's powers, and this also coming in as another INS which has been commissioned into the Indian Navy. Well, even as we speak about the features of this submarine, this is the latest technology of the Indian Navy, and it is a silent submarine and has also good anti-submarine weapons like the advanced version of mines. It has in fact advanced versions of combat and advanced version of radar systems as well, and all the technology used in the submarine is Indian, which is perhaps why we are calling it a big push when it comes to the Aatmanirbhar Bharat idea. And if there is a war between India and China, then of course they are ready to face with it, because this is what how the Indian Navy is preparing itself to keep it battle ready, be it any circumstance. But as far as the naval prowess is concerned, this is what the focus has been, because in the past few months as well, many such INS have been commissioned into the Indian Navy, keeping in mind the geopolitical tensions as well, which makes it necessary for India as well to keep itself ready. But even as we speak about INS Vagir, it can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean, and is also going to meet all the requirements of the Navy and the country. Going across to my colleague Shrinjoy for more on this. Shrinjoy, as far as the commission of this another INS is concerned, first of all, take us through all the features of it.
Well, it's something that India and the Indian Navy very badly need, because the Indian Navy requires submarines, and for a long time India has had few or no submarines. All India has are these kilo-class submarines, which are very old, and a few HDW German submarines, which came, if I'm not mistaken, in the late 80s and early 90s. Since then, there have been no submarines except the Scorpion class of submarines. This is the 5th one. These are up-to-date French-designed submarines which are made at the MDL, and it has to be said that they are top of the line. So at this point, these are the best submarines India has. Largely, even though they are French designed, they have been made in India, and a great effort at indigenization has also been made. So as a result, a large bit of the submarine is Indian. It is made in India, and it's a top of the line submarine that India would want. So as a result, it's a great addition to the Indian Navy, and all India is looking for is the 6th submarine of the Scorpion class, and then we will see. There is already discussions with 3 countries, Korea, Germany and Spain, about a new line of submarines, and we'll have to see when that happens.
And also, Srinjoy, this is coming in amid the massive scale-up in Chinese naval might as well, and that is what makes it more important. The commission of the INS Vagir makes it more important because this is how India needs to match up the level and also be prepared for any circumstance.
Well, the way the Chinese are, India will never be able to match the Chinese Navy in terms of numbers in the next few years because the Chinese are far ahead. But India has to have a deterrent capability, particularly in the...
For the commissioning of Vagir, a platform that will give a significant fillip to the Indian Navy's operational might and serve as a potent deterrent for any adversary. This day is also an important milestone in the Navy's evolution as a combat-ready, credible, cohesive and future-proof force. As today, one more sentinel of the deep seas proudly breaks out the new naval ensign, signaling its readiness to go into harm's way in the service of our great nation. And ladies and gentlemen, in the Navy, it's a time-honored tradition that old ships and submarines never die. In keeping with that spirit, this submarine in front of us is a reincarnation of erstwhile Vagir, which served India and the Indian Navy for 3 decades. A committed sentinel defending our nation's interest in the maritime domain. And Vagir takes its name from the sandfish, a deadly deep-sea predator of the Indian Ocean that is both fearless and stealthy. And true to the name, in its new avatar also, she is a lethal platform with a formidable weapon package and state-of-the-art stealth technology. Her capabilities and firepower will not only enhance the Navy's combat potential, but will also add much teeth to our efforts at deterrence. So Vagir will be the 3rd submarine inducted into the Navy in a short span of 24 months. And this is no small achievement and underscores the coming of age of India's shipbuilding industry and the maturing of our defense ecosystem. It is also a shining testimony to the expertise and experience of our shipyards to construct complex and complicated platforms. These aspects also serve to reinforce the Indian Navy's unequivocal commitment and steadfast resolve to be a fully Aatmanirbhar force by 2047. This is a commitment we have made to our political leadership. So working shoulder to shoulder with us in this endeavour has been the Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, a close and valued partner for the Indian Navy. So MDL has been at the forefront of our transition from a buyer's navy to a builder's navy. The commissioning ceremony today is yet another reaffirmation of the synergy that exists between our organizations in our common goal of pursuing Aatmanirbharta in spirit and practice. My congratulations to the CMD MDL, his staff and all workers of the shipyard for their diligence, hard work and commendable efforts which has led to Vagir's commissioning today. Your hard work and dedication is sincerely appreciated. Equally, I would like to compliment the submarine's commanding officer and his team for his unwavering commitment and sustained efforts towards progressing all major trials, including those of weapons and sensors within a short time period of 11 months. And as the commissioning crew, you bear an onerous responsibility in that while you must ensure the highest levels of combat readiness and efficiency, you also have to work to establish and nurture the culture and the soul or the Atma of Vagir as brought out by Admiral Raja Menon. The ethos that you put in place today will endure for many years, and in doing so, you must be guided by our core values of duty, honor and courage in every action that you undertake. The enthusiasm and the josh that I see in your faces gives me confidence that each one of you will do your duty and do it well, and that Vagir will serve the nation with pride and elan, guided by these highest traditions of the Navy. So may all those of you who sail on Vagir be blessed with good luck, fair winds, following seas and success in every mission. Jai Hind, Shano Varan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Guest will now embark the submarine and unveil the submarine.
Well, that was Chief of Naval Staff coming in and wishing on the commissioning of the INS Vagir, wherein he also apprised of the features and the technicalities of INS Vagir. Let me go across to Shinjoy, who continues to be with us. Shinjoy, we just heard words coming in from Chief of Naval Staff, who of course talked about the capabilities of the INS Vagir and how it is going to be a big boost for India.
Undoubtedly, as I was saying, and naturally the chief said, it would be a deterrent. Yes, the Chinese Navy is a very big one, a very powerful one, but you need a deterrent, and the Vagir will be part of that deterrent. It's a new submarine, as he also said, that a lot of it is a result of Aatmanirbhar or self-reliance. It has been made in India, and there is still one more to come. So once these 6 submarines are there, there will hopefully be another 6. As I had mentioned, the Germans, the Spaniards, and the South Koreans are in the race. And if these additional 6 submarines come, then India will have a very strong submarine fleet, something that will take India forward for at least another 20 years.
Right.
It's important to remember that India has just had a new aircraft carrier and a new submarine, so the Navy will have a larger role in the Indian region.
Well, as far as INS Vagir is concerned, it is going to stay underwater for 50 to 60 days. So right there, by going 400 meters deep, the enemy is going to be detected, and that's the crucial feature of INS Vagir. Well, thank you, Shinjoy, for joining in and sharing all those updates.